My dear friends, let's give some tzedakah, and Be'ezras Hashem, this tzedakah will bring us all the Yeshuas, all the Nechamas, obviously the ultimate redemption. Yesterday, as we spoke about, was Chov Shvat, the 22nd day of the month of Shvat, the Rebetzin's yahrzeit, the Rebetzin's Hilula. I want to share with you a story which encapsulates the Rebetzin's life, as we spoke yesterday. Mesiras Nefesh, selfless devotion, only caring about others, in the most discreet of manners. In fact, story is told that someone called home, the Rebetzin's home, somehow he got a number. Late at night, there was some kind of an emergency, and he profusely apologized that he's calling so late, but it's a matter of life, that he needs the Rebbe's advice, blessing, immediately. And the Rebbetzin says, no need to apologize. Of dem seine mir dort. This is why we are here, to help, to serve. Dr. Feldman, one of the Rebetzin's doctors, because of this professional position, he developed a certain relationship with the Rebbetzin, and he introduced his children to the Rebbetzin. Sarah, one of the daughters, on a particular Friday, actually, she visited the Rebbetzin, and she was sharing with the Rebbetzin the fact that she's starting in Shidduchim, she's starting to date. The Rebbetzin gave her motherly advice. Don't know the details, she didn't share it, but she said it was just amazing how the Rebbetzin went into the details of the dating and what to expect from life and so on and so forth. A year later, when finally she was getting engaged to her future husband, Levi Shem Tov, once again, her father arranged for Sarah to be able to go to the Rebbetzin and share with her the good news. Unbeknown to Sarah was that the Rebbetzin was in terrible pain. And this, in fact, was 10 days before the Rebbetzin passed away. The Rebbetzin didn't indicate anything about her personal pain. She was just deeply delighted about this happy occasion. In fact, when the engagement took place, she called Sarah to wish her well. But the story doesn't end over there. Right after the Shiva, right after the week of mourning, the 7 days of mourning of the Rebbetzin, the Rebbe called for Dr. Feldman. Surprised? Doctor comes, and the Rebbe asks him, what are the plans for the actual engagement? It was an unusual question. And before he had a chance to answer, because it was a little complicated, they weren't sure what to do, was in the Shloshim, to go make a big party. They just felt it wasn't right. Make something small at home. That's what they were planning. But then the Rebbe said to them, whatever the original plan were, is one thing. But what you should do, you should make in a hall, not at home, with music, a big party. And by the way, that was not what the Rebbe usually would advise. The Rebbe would always advise not to be frivolous spending for foolish things, for weddings, for all these events. The Rebbe said there's no point wasting money on these things. You have extra money, give it for tzedakah. In this case, the Rebbe told him, advised him, to make a big party with music and a hall and everything. And the Rebbe said, because this is what the Rebbetzin would have wanted. And this is what's going to make her happy now, to see your children celebrating in the greatest of simcha. From on high, or from whatever, from wherever, the Rebbetzin is still communicating her care, her concern, her devotion to little things in life for people. In fact, I personally once had an interesting situation. When we would go pick up the coffee for the Rebbe from the house, there would be a thermos standing by the door. If the thermos wasn't ready, we knew we have to ring the bell, and hoping that somebody who is helping the house will bring her the coffee. Happens to be the time that I came. The Rebbetzin opened the door. She apologized to me. I'm sorry in Yiddish that the coffee is not ready yet. It's going to be ready in a moment. And the Rebbetzin says, come in. Now, I wasn't going to walk into the Rebbe's home. And the Rebbetzin tells me, the longer you wait outside and not coming in, the longer the Rebbe is going to have to wait for his coffee. A few moments later, she comes with the thermos. She hands me the thermos, and then she tells me, in the winter, was a cold winter day, it's appropriate to wear gloves. Her motherly concern for a young bacher, for a young man, don't work without gloves. Get yourself a pair of gloves.